Let's just see what this.
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Link on a very, very lovely Tuesday here on the island. We appreciate you and yours tuning in from all over the world, half a day, wherever you're joining us from. And if you are just joining us now, this has been a very, very animal-centric episode of the show, and we got more things coming up about our fine four-legged friends. And the efforts continue to care for Guam's many, many stray animals. You know, we were talking before the estimated numbers of strays that are just strolling all over the island, top 60,000. We're talking with Guam Animals in Need, our friend Cyrus Lur there, and they are obviously working really, really hard to give these animals a home. And one organization, which is very active on Facebook, and we want you guys to join their Facebook group because they're doing amazing work, is Hearts Guam. And Hearts is an acronym, stands for Happily Ever After Rescue Team. I have to turn around and look at that. I want to make sure I get that right. And Lauren Cabrera is a member of that. Lauren, are you the member of the group, or are you the proprietor, the founder? How did you come to be with this organization? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning. Thanks for having me and Lucy. My friend Sterling founded the organization, but just recently we have Heart is more of an animal welfare organization, but we've just started getting into dog flights.
Okay, very nice. Well, and who else have you got? Because you're joining us right now, but you have one of your friends.
This is Lucy. She's a boonie dog. Obviously, you can tell by her ears. Somebody saw her get dumped out of a truck up north. She was really mangy and sick, really skinny, and somebody kind of, I guess, just dumped her out of her truck with her 3 puppies into the road. One of her puppies was hit and killed, and the other 2 and Mama here were rescued by our group, Heart Rescue and Guahan Paws for Pets. They both kind of work together. And Guahan Paws for Pets fundraised to get her vet bills covered, which costed hundreds of dollars. And she ended up staying with me for a couple months until she was completely healthy. And now Lucy is getting ready to go to her forever home in Alaska. So we're enjoying our last couple weeks with her before she goes on her
Well,
vacation.
Lucy, we hope you enjoy your new home in the great frontier way up north. A little bit colder than you're probably used to here on the island and everything, but hey, you'll always be a Guamanian at heart.
Yeah.
And that is kind of the key, Lauren, because if anybody follows either Lauren herself on Facebook, it seems like every single day she's got at least 2 or 3 new posts about they're doing this amazing work where they found homes for Guam strays or boonie dogs. And apparently, Lauren, there's a market for boonie dogs in the States, and you're actually placing a lot of these dogs that need loving homes with willing families in the mainland.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened was I had 3 foster puppies a couple weeks ago, and it used to be really easy to adopt puppies out here. Everybody wanted a puppy, but lately nobody wants to adopt puppies anymore. So I started reaching out to my friends stateside, and we found a lot of people were interested in our puppies. I guess they don't have enough over there. So we work with Lisa Meter. She's an amazing animal travel agent. She's worked really hard to find us affordable shipping routes because it's really expensive to get dogs off of island. So these 3 puppies grew quickly into 25 dogs that are leaving in April. Through the work of my friend Kelsey Grabner and myself, we're kind of tag teaming. I find the adopters, Kelsey coordinates the flights and the vet visits, and Lisa does all the booking. And yeah, this has just totally exploded more than we ever could have imagined. We're so excited. And I have a huge waiting list already for puppies and even adult dogs.
I was going to say, because just the logistics of it, the fact that you've got to go out and corral so many of these dogs who are just literally stranded and walking aimlessly, hoping that they'll find some place to call their own as far as shelter, maybe get something to eat and everything like that. And then you've got to, depending on what condition they are, like you said, Lucy was found, she was very, very mangy and she wasn't well. You've got to nurse them back to health, and then you've got to do the shipping and send them to the mainland. Cost is something I'm curious about and everything like that. So who bears, the ultimate having to cover the dollar figure for this?
So for the vet bills to get the dogs healthy, that fundraising is all done on island by the 2 rescue groups to get the dogs healthy. But the shipping costs, we're almost breaking even actually by asking a donation to each dog's flight. So for puppies, we've been asking $500. for Lucy here, her flight to Alaska is $1,700. And I told her new mom that, and she sent me $1,700 to ship Lucy, which blew my mind because Lucy, obviously, we found her on the street. Like, it just makes my heart so warm that somebody would pay that much to save a dog from Guam. The cost is really expensive for shipping, though, and we're so lucky. Lisa has really worked hard to find affordable routes, but she's also taking her administrative fees and booking fees out of the whole thing. So we're saving money there. And she found us a great deal with the kennel in Hawaii. So the kennel in Hawaii is not charging us. I think they're only charging us half of their usual price. A lot of people want to help the dogs. So we're really lucky, that we have all this support.
Yeah, Lauren, is there a reason? Is it necessarily because the dogs are Guam boonie dogs per se? And Guam boonie dogs have a reputation that is well earned, for generations all over the world. You and I have talked about this, as we said. Guam boonie dogs have stomachs that could rival that of a billy goat. They can eat anything and be very, very happy. I had a boonie dog for 16 years, and my dog would eat popcorn and spaghetti. But is there some reason why boonie dogs are so popular to our friends on the other side of the world, or is it just that these are people that care and they want to open their home to an animal and just show it love and make it part of their family?
It's definitely a bit of both. Purebred dogs used to be really trendy stateside, but now people are kind of getting into the rescue is cool, mutts are cool, and we have the coolest mutts with the cutest ears, and they're so resilient, like you said. They're so loyal. So people are really attracted to the boonie dog in general because they're a quirky little mutt. But also, the stories we share about these dogs are so sad that people really feel like they're saving a dog. Like just the other day, we found that puppy I think I told you about earlier. We named him Duncan. He was on the side of the road, and when they pulled over to pick him up, they found 2 trash bags full of dead puppies. So sadly, that's not the first time we've found puppies in trash bags. We find them in dumpsters, in the beds of trucks, in boxes on the side of the road, like all sorts of sad situations. And that really tugs on the heartstrings of people stateside and makes them want to save the dogs. So, yeah. And
Guam boonie dogs there's a certain personality to these dogs, like they've got attitude, they're good with kids, that once you open up into their home and you show them, that they are accepted and everything like that. I mean, they will defend your house, they'll growl respectfully and everything like that. I mean, they'll take care of what is now their new family and everything. So I can absolutely see, why people in the States correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of getting a little bit more difficult to adopt dogs in the States, right? There's a lot of paperwork that's got to get done. I mean, there's costs involved again. So how has it been like? And are you in any way kind of like maybe like an arbiter of having to go like between the family over there and, the work that you're doing here on island to make sure that the dogs get there quickly and safely?
Yeah, so it's been really hard for people to find puppies stateside. Everybody who's adopted a puppy from us tells me that they've been on a waiting list and they've applied for so many puppies with all different rescue groups, and they can't get one because they don't have enough. We have plenty, obviously. My role is I find the adopters and I match them up with the right puppy or dog, and I take care of the adoption application. They have to fill out an application, and I take care of their donation towards the flight. And then my friend Kelsey coordinates their flight, which is a lot of work, and coordinates the vetting. So Kelsey's actually has 25 now because there's 25 dogs. She has 25 vet visits she has to go to with each dog or puppy before their flight. So yeah, she's going up to Animal Medical Clinic, AMC, with Dr. Malakuti. He luckily agreed to fit 25 dogs into his schedule next week for us.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. Thank goodness for him. Because we kept adding and adding and adding onto his schedule. Like, sorry. But yeah, so it's a huge effort. All the applicants are screened and they all seem like good homes. Even a lot of the dogs are going to my hometown in New Hampshire, and the people there keep telling me they're going to have like a Guam dog play group, so they can send us pictures and videos of all the dogs we've sent over playing together and stuff, which is really cool. But we have dogs going not just to New Hampshire and Alaska, but also Seattle, New York, Vermont, Indiana, Texas, and Washington, D.C.
Wow.
just on this round alone. Yeah.
Are some of the people that you network with on your Facebook group? And again, we brought the graphic up, and everybody, please make sure to join that Facebook group. Lauren and Kelsey and all of the team members and everything, they post fantastic information. They'll answer any questions that you might have very, very swiftly and honestly. Are these people with any sort of connection to Guam, or did they just they had the Facebook effect, and friend of a friend, and they wound up finding out about the good work that you're doing, and then you guys just sparked a conversation?
Yeah, it's kind of, a lot of it is somebody who knows me or somebody who knows Kelsey personally, and then it's their friend of a friend of a friend. Because I guess there's been a lot of scams stateside during the pandemic. Everybody got bored and wanted to adopt a puppy. So hard to find puppies, and people realized they could make money off of fake puppies by selling them online. So it's been really helpful for people who know us to connect with us, or who know us through people, because everybody's afraid of puppy scams.
And these are permanent homes you're finding. You are kind of like, the intermediary, because you're taking time out of your own schedule and out of your own, lifestyle, and fostering a lot of these dogs, but putting them in permanent homes where they will live forever.
Yeah, that's the hope. And I do feel good getting dogs off Guam in general, even if for some reason the home we're sending them to didn't work out. A lot of times dogs will be able to be rehomed, where here, if a home doesn't work out, often, the dogs end up on the streets or dead. And it's just good to get them out of here. Also, we have way too many dogs. So I think as far as dog population control, spaying and neutering is the most important thing that people really need to start doing with their pets, so that we don't have this crazy dog population. But the other, I guess, solution to humanely solve the dog problem is to send them out of here to people who want them and can give them loving homes.
Now, I think you've come up with a very innovative and very creative solution to an established problem that everybody knows and everybody acknowledges. We've talked with the mayors here on this show numerous times about the fact that there is a substantial problem with strays and overpopulation from animals. Have you dialogued in any way with policymakers locally and everything like that to see if you might be able to partner with the mayors or with any of the legislators and everything, like about making sure that you have a hopefully well-funded and like established pipeline, so that you can continue to do this more work as more people are going to want to take advantage of this opportunity?
Definitely. So I've been working with kind of the mayors and everybody in general as far as the trap, neuter, release, and spay neuter program goes. Just last night and this morning, I was talking to Cyrus with Gain. We're going to team up for the next round of dogs, so we can send puppies and dogs out from Gain. And I was also talking to Chelsea, the director of the Department of Agriculture, this morning. And we're looking to team up also and make this a really big thing. Usually there's just one dog flight a month, so the rescue dogs compete with spaces for the owned dogs who are going stateside. But I was just talking to Lisa, also our travel agent, and she's trying to get a flight completely for rescue dogs this month, which would be amazing. So yeah, it's not only a small rescue group, but also we're trying to loop in Gain, the government, everybody to kind of get into this effort, because this is a really good way to get rid of some of these dogs so we don't have to see them wandering around the streets.
Yeah, and Lauren, I love how you phrase that, because when you said getting rid of, and that's certainly is putting it lightly, but when it comes to that wonderful creature that you're now cradling in your arms, are you going to be okay with letting Lucy go to Alaska? Because it seems like she's found a nice loving home right now. And what does it mean to you to foster so many of these, knowing that you're going to have to let these dogs go?
She is a special one, because usually when I have a foster dog, like earlier in the pandemic when I had a puppy, they would get adopted so fast. But now we found over 60 puppies in 3 weeks, so we're not finding homes for the puppies. But I don't get attached to puppies too much, because they're cute, but they don't care about you. They just want to play. But Lucy, she was like on death's doorstep. I think she's totally asleep almost. She's so sweet. My family's really attached to her. Yeah, I'm going to cry like a baby at the airport.
Oh, gosh.
I cry thinking about it a lot. But,
well, let me know, because I'll live stream that, and that'll drive the point home.
Oh, no. It's happy crying. Yeah. It's happy tears, because, this dog, if somebody didn't see her get dumped out of the truck, she could be dead. And somebody, thank goodness, Jennifer, one of our awesome rescuers, picked her up and brought her to me, and we got her healthy. It was like a huge team effort.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going to Alaska, and it just makes my heart so.
Okay,
so
now
warm.
Hearts, Happily Ever After Rescue Team. You guys are a nonprofit organization, and certainly many hands make light work. I mean, we all know this. And this is not your full-time job. Technically, this is a passion project of yours. It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
You are in the healthcare profession and everything like that. So first of all, thank you for what you've been able to do to care for our island's population over the last year, which has been insane. But if people want to join your mission, and if they're watching this right now and they've been inspired, or they're like, I want to get involved with that because that's good work. Are you guys in need of more volunteers?
Always. We are. Heart is always in need of volunteers, and also Guam Paws for Pets. It's a Facebook group-based rescue organization. It's a grassroots organization. Basically, I urge everybody to join that Facebook group because it is, if it's easy to turn your eye or look away when you see all these sick dogs running around, but this Facebook group doesn't let you do that. Basically, you can be driving down the road and see a dog that got hit by a car and is injured. Take a picture of it, put it on the Facebook group, say where it is, and usually within an hour, somebody will go from the group and pick up the dog. Find them, if they're not too sick or injured, they'll find them a foster home and raise money for the vet bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to get them adopted out. So that's kind of like, there's several Facebook groups like that. There's Rough Pack. I think there's another one where, it's a huge foster rescue adoption organization, all grassroots stuff on Facebook. So it's good to know that those exist because, animal control is very overwhelmed and very busy. Mm-hmm. So if you see a sick dog and you don't want to just leave it there, you can just post it on one of these Facebook groups and somebody will go get it probably. Just 2 nights ago, Kelsey, my partner in all this, sent me a picture of a dog who was abandoned at a bakery, I think. And she said we should get him stateside. So I posted his picture up, and within hours he had a rescue in Vermont who wanted him. So she just went and picked him up. There's dogs everywhere. So just post them on the Facebook groups.
Mm-hmm. How did you get involved with this, with the entire, organization and just come up with this idea and everything? Because I know you've got a background in loving animals. You used to be a horse trainer. You've always had a soft spot for animals and everything like that. But also, it's such an emotional job that you do. You say you find these animals and, in the worst of their conditions, sometimes, probably hopeless, to be frank, and everything like that. But what keeps you going and what motivates you to continue this work?
I was actually feeling pretty hopeless when I had those 3 puppies earlier this month at my house that I was fostering and couldn't find anybody who wanted them. But then seeing this crazy outpouring of people who wanted to adopt these dogs and having our numbers, we just wanted to start with shipping those 3 puppies, and it's so rapidly expanded to 25 dogs. I think that's what keeps me going, being able to see people from all over the world who want to adopt our boonie dogs. Mm. It's just like, when you tell people that, they're like, what? Boonie dogs? Really? people want our boonie dogs in Alaska and Vermont. It's just, that's what keeps me going now. Mm.
Okay, yeah. So there are so many different ways, my friends, boys and girls watching this and everything, to get involved. You can open your home, give a needy animal a permanent place to stay. You can volunteer with, Hearts Guam, with Guam Paws for Pets, as Lauren's been saying. Or the easiest way to get involved, just join the Facebook group. Get involved with that way. She said, if you see an animal that's been wrong, take a picture, get the ball rolling that way. So Lauren, we'll give the final word to you and everything. What does it mean to be able to do this and to be able to serve our community in this way, and why should more people get involved?
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to do this. I feel like Guam is a very special place where you can make a big impact doing something, anything, I'm just blown away by all that we've already been able to accomplish, and I'm excited for what the future holds, partnering with GAIN, partnering with Gov Guam, trying to get these dogs out of here.
Okay, and then when is that flight once again? When is the flight when all the dogs this round is going to head out?
It's April 10th. I was just talking to Kelsey. We're considering, we're going to have a very rigid process for the day of to make sure nothing gets messed up when we're sending the dogs out.
Is that next Friday or next Thursday?
Inviting the public to see, because there's going to be, I think, a lot of people and 25 dogs. It's going to be, I think, really emotional for me, definitely. I assume it will be emotional for other people. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with someone who genuinely loves dogs that much, crying crocodile tears and everything like that. Totally cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lauren, thanks so much for your time, and thank you for what you do. It's an amazing effort.
Bye.
All right, and Lucy, adios. You'll always be a Guamanian, Lucy. You got a place on Guam forever. You know that, but enjoy your new home in Alaska. Send us a postcard, please, Lucy. Anchorage is a fine city.
She will. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, thanks so much. And we are going to take a break, everybody. Please make sure to join that Facebook group, Hearts Guam or Guahan Paws for Pets. The link will continue right here on KUM. Stay with us.
Get the job done the right